Alright, what I wanted to talk about today was the Euro Japanese Yen. We have a very clear-cut, interesting setup here happening on the pair. You can see, first off, what I have is my 4-hour compression on the screen where I like to start my analysis. And the reason why I like to start in the 4-hour compression is because from this compression, being the 4-hour, I can easily depict supply or demand that I need to be aware of in the market. And when I open up this Euro Japanese Yen 4-hour, what I can see here is a dominant line of supply in this market coming from these points in the past that we can see, okay, which I'm going to point out. As we can see, there are many points here in this market that are respecting this line of supply. And basically this is controlling the upper levels of the market, because what this line here is depicting is the area where supply will be overcome by demand in the market. And when that happens, we have a turn in the markets, and we can see that the bears have exited and the bulls are going to be dominant in the market. All right. So what's important here is that we have established a point of supply in this market, a very dominant point, as you can see in the 4-hour compression. Now, what we have seen here recently on the Euro Japanese Yen in this area here is a break of that very dominant line of supply. So what this market here is telling us is that we are now in a demand mode, and when the market is overcome by demand, what we see is a rise in price on the charts. Furthermore, what we want to look for are other key components of our trading, and those are going to be obviously the fib zones that you can see on my screen here in the light blue color. I have my fib zone base of the 0 starting at around the 124.72 price level on the pair. And from here, what you can see are the fib zones that have been installed, being the 89, 144, 233, 377, and so on to the 610. Now we have taken our start point of the fib zone. We have seen here in the 4-hour compression a nice movement take its course. And what you can see in here is that I've placed my fib expansions off of this movement that initially occurs here in the market. Okay, we see retracement in there, and then we see this market take out the 61.8 fib expansion once. It pull back again to the retracements, and we're continuing 61.8. Respect. From that respect, once again, we see a pullback here in the market, and now what we have seen here is the 233 fib zone achieved in this market. Now, by placing my fib expansions over my fib zone analysis, what I've done is created a price projection here in the market for profit taking. And as you can see at this 377 fib zone, what I have is a beautiful setup with the 161.8 fib expansion. So this overlap right here in the market, this price level at the 128.50, has given me my point of profit in the market on this particular setup. Now what we're looking at here is an opportunity to be north in this market, looking to buy the Euro Japanese Yen. And the reasons why we are seeing this occur is, first off, what we just talked about. We have a nice movement in here, very strong initial movement, clear direction in that initial movement above the 144, a retracement. We can see that the 61.8 was respected. Off that 61.8, the market retraced once again, and we can see that it then took out its next area, being the 233. So basically, we've seen here this movement steadily continue its pace north. And what we're waiting for here in this market is to see that large movement in the chart to take us up to our overall profit zone at the 161.8 fib expansion, overlapping the 377 fib zone. Now, a great place here to enter this trade would definitely be here on the break of the 233 if you are not already interested in this movement north. Also, what you could have been looking for were several movements in the past, mainly being the retracement off of the 61.8. Okay, we could have traded those levels, because what we had here was a movement. We had a retracement, we had a confirmation, so we could have been trading this retracement because we have now confirmed that this movement is true. We have now confirmed using our fib retracements and expansions that this market is indeed in a demand mode, and that we have now overcome supply and demand is dominating this market. So we could have looked for an opportunity once again off of a 61.8 retracement using price action and the smaller compression. I like to use the 15-minute. And now here, that big trade that we want to look for is when this market here breaks above that 233, then we want to be definitely long in this market and overall take our profit here at the 377 fib zone, overlapping the 161.8 fib expansion. So what we can see here once again on the Euro Japanese Yen is a confluence of events, as I like to say, where we have demand overcoming supply at a strong point in the market right here. We have applied our fib zones Okay, we have a nice dominant initial movement. From that initial movement, we take our fib expansions. Our fib expansions give us a overlap of a significant fib zone with a 161.8 fib expansion. This is definitely a great setup here to be interested in the market on the Euro-Japanese Yen North. So that's what we have here for this video. I will be updating with Euro USD continuation analysis on that pair, and also be sharing a pound Swiss franc setup that I've been looking at here since the start of the trading week. So with that said, I'll talk to you again soon. Hope you enjoyed. See you once again. Until then, have a great day and happy trading.